What's up, being savages, and welcome to another episode. Today, Brittnee is my guest, and I'm so happy because I haven't done an English podcast in a while, and I have a lot of English vegan savages who are not mighty of the German language, and they're like, when is coming out another episode? I'm like, hey, go straight to the source. Here's Bashar. It's all in English, and but many are excited about my English podcast, and I was so passionate to record German podcast, but you don't speak German, which is now a blessing. So here you are, my permission slip to record an English podcast.
Yes.
And and I inspired Brittnee to make her own podcast, and
It keeps going in circles.
at the latest, after this podcast, you know why she wants to do a podcast, and you probably know why you want to listen to it, because she has a lot to share.
Love you.
And I don't know what we're going to talk about. Probably about our vision in Koh Phangan, because
Everything.
our higher minds kicks us. It's so obvious that it leads this way to Koh Phangan, and everyone can join, because this what we're creating here in Austria, and my meetups and this frequency. Whoa! And everyone wants to wake up. Everyone wants to join the family. And hey, there we have an island. There everyone can come. There's enough space. So join us. And Brittnee has been there for a while. She traveled a lot, like 50 countries. She came to Koh Phangan and she stayed for 3 years. Mm-hmm. Wow. And she built already this conscious community. And together we make it bigger, because positive energy is expansive, integrative.
Mm-hmm.
There's enough for everyone.
Let's do it.
And there we have an island,
Okay, do you want to hear what I'm actually building there? I haven't really told you.
Tell me.
So my best friends and I, Feda and Jasmine, they're both German, by the way. This is a very funny thing. Yeah.
Nice.
And at one point we all dated each other, and now we're just like the best of friends. And we're starting something called Penang, like Koh Phangan, but Phangan Nation. So it's basically, we want to start our own country. And I've researched this. My background, I used to be a lawyer. So my research is this is actually legally possible now. But we do it backwards. So we actually just have the community. We start, imagine like all of us together. We're all in the same vibration. We start growing our own food, living near each other, doing all the meetups we already do. And then we just start integrating with the local community and with the Thai people and the Burmese people there. And we start changing things. Like we make a recyclable center, and we start like making more concentrated organic farms. And
A bit closer? Yes.
Closer.
Yes.
Okay.
Like this, yeah.
Is this better?
That's perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
And another friend is working on coral regeneration on the islands. We're opening a natural birthing center so that eventually we can all have kids and raise our kids there. And basically it's just like paradise.
And make the steps easy, that if people want to come, they can come easily. And if they want to stay, they can stay easily.
So we want to become like a hub. So when people come, it's like you come and talk to us. We'll help you get your visa sorted, a place to stay. You can drop into community right away.
Yes.
And it's all the stuff. So we can get rid of, like we were saying earlier, we can do all the boring stuff, get rid of that, and just be.
Exactly.
And just vibe together.
And people, and we make the stuff you quote unquote have to do, we make it easy and enjoyable, because if you do these things together with like-minded people, like extend your visa, and we do it together and we create the circumstance, then it's fun. Basically, and then it's so easy.
If we have our own energy bubble, really anything is fun. So when we were up in Austria together, I went to the grocery store with you guys one time. I was on a little bit of acid, and I was just from this perspective watching us as a family unit, and I was just like, everything we do is so much fun just because we're doing it together. Because I used to travel by myself all the time. Like I've been to over 50 countries, and I wanted community all the way. So I just built it. But there wasn't necessarily a community. I hadn't found a community yet that I wanted to drop into, and I was real. I was always hosting everyone else and trying to get them to my vibration in the best way possible. Like trying to create a safe space so they can work through their stuff, and then just realize that all of it doesn't matter and we can just vibe together. But when I went to Koh Phangan, I found them. They're already there, and they're already doing stuff on the island, and we just partnered together, and everything becomes so much easier because each of us have different pieces of the puzzle. Yes.
Everyone adds their own excitements, and that everyone follows their excitements, and they add their own colors, their own upgrades, and their own passions, and the party becomes bigger, and the painting becomes more colorful, and make it easy for people to come, that they don't need to worry about money, that we can provide a big space where people can stay, they see how little they need, and then they can find out what excites them, what is their true natural self, and add that to the community.
Yeah, so basically we're making incubators, business incubators, and then creating an ecosystem within our community so that so many of us, we're doing all these jobs we don't really like, you know, just to pay the bills. And maybe we like the way that, maybe we even like what we do. We don't want like the way that we're made to work, like going 9 to 5 to a job and everything. But what if you could do that in Koh Phangan, like in your community of friends?
And only what you're passionate about, then you give the world, you create as gifts of being your true natural self. And you need so little, and what actually makes you happy, it's all for free.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed, like being there for 3 years. I used to live in New York City and like work at a very high paying corporate job, and I made lots of money, did all the things, and I realized that none of it really matters. Like all I want to do is go to a waterfall with my dog.
Exactly. And I want to give you an upgrade that you understand German, because the so often the fun as the vibe together when we speak German, yeah. I know it was fun for you. What's the word for it? Or what do you mean?
Is there a word in German for this?
No, just when you vibe and the group vibe, you know, when you talk and I mean, it was, as you said in your mini podcast on Facebook, you were like in a Vipassana retreat.
Yeah. So I went to Austria, So everyone knows I went to Austria and hung out with all of you guys, and I was the only one who didn't speak German.
Because the group vibe is so fun, and but yeah, probably when you say your best friends also are German, probably eventually you're gonna learn it.
Yeah.
you probably wake up one day and you just understand it because you're surrounded by us all the time.
Yeah, that's what Jenny, one of our friends, was saying. She's like, in a year, you're going to come back and just be speaking full German. I'm like, okay.
But if there are more English people, then the language just overall changes, you know?
But that's why I think it's so funny. All of you Germans are like, oh, my English is not very good. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's so good. Like compared to a lot of people on the island, their English is not their first language, but Germans, like naturally, you guys are really good at it.
I mean, yeah, us. I mean, many in Germany, they don't speak English that well, but us, you met there on that frequency. Of course, our excitement was at one point to learn English because it opens us the world, and that's so our excitement to get on that frequency, because there you wanna expand and wanna open up to the world. So I got so excited at one point to learn English so fluently, as my friends did as well, to expand like that. But yeah, it's just differently in your mother tongue, you know? I mean, you don't know? I mean, you know?
I don't know, but I understand. I kind of understand, because everyone says this.
Yeah, it's just this, even if it's just a small difference, it feels like even more connective. And it's all about connection. So if there's a way we can connect even more, let's use that. That's why.
But you know what I was saying to some of the girls on the retreat? I was like, I've just been feeling your guys' vibration all week, and it's already so beautiful that I feel like learning German, or us dropping in from a language perspective, is just making the journey to connect even better, because it takes a little bit longer. It's like a little bit juicier. Like I already know I'm going to be super close with Jenny and like all of the girls there, and we're already really close, and language isn't even so it's like I'm like, I already know it's going to get even better. It's kind of what you always say to me. It's like, Brittnee, we know where we're going, but it's about the journey. Yeah.
There is no rush. And if you vibe, and what's louder than language? It's vibe. It's immediately you feel it like
Yeah.
And then there is no rush, and you know our life theme is going in the same direction, and this is this beautiful conscious awakening. Call it whatever you want, and yeah, just laying in that unconditional love and showing it, and that's what it's about.
So I listened to these things that you were talking about with the hybrid kids. I want to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to talk about, you can go wherever. That's why I love my podcast. There's no, we just talk, we just get in this flow, and that's it.
Well, so wait, are we allowed to talk about drugs on here, like psychedelics? I don't know what your thing is.
Yes, about everything.
Okay, great. I did ayahuasca last year. My big download on ayahuasca was because I was asking, like, why do people die, and like, why do we have all this suffering? Like, what is the point of life? Because a close friend of mine had just passed away on the island of a drug overdose. And I was just in a really dark place. And it said to me, like, you are supposed to be here because consciousness wants to evolve. And it doesn't matter whether it's through pain or pleasure. And so we get to choose whether it's like a pleasurable experience. This is also what Bashar says, is like by our reaction, we choose our reality, and we can keep making it course correct into pleasure, or just observe the difference, like the contrast. And another thing it said was, I needed to protect kids that were coming to the island. I had no clue what they were talking about. I was just like, okay. I didn't even know at this point I wanted to be a mom or anything like this. And then I started researching all this stuff, and like a lot of the same things talking about the future, they're all talking about the same thing, about some sort of higher consciousness that's coming, and a lot of it's going to be coming through these children. And already I see on the island a lot of my friends who have kids, they've never seen the outside world. Can you imagine like being on the island and like never experiencing outside of our reality bubble, which is just like everyone smiling at each other and like the beach and sunshine 24/7. And these kids are really different already. Like, it's interesting also what you said, because some of them are Israeli, and all they want to talk about is how they want to learn English. So it's like they're already going down the similar path. But I'm so excited to build all the stuff that we're building, because I feel like what better place to raise amazing kids in the future than a paradise bubble.
And eventually, you know, it's gonna become the world anyways. So it's gonna be the world, and our life theme, what I see for me so clearly, because my higher mind sends it to me so much with my imagination, is being a symbol for that if Ferdi, if I can do it, you can do it, everyone can do it. And if we create it as a symbol on an island, this community, and it's starting all over, eventually it's going to be the world, you know? Yeah. And I was like, whoa, yeah, let's make it bigger. And the place is so clearly, yeah, let's go there. Let's go to Koh Phangan.
There's something special about the energy there. Like, I've traveled everywhere, and I'm just
Same.
Like, there is something about this place.
Yeah. Yes. And so we're going to create it there. So many people going to see it. So many people then going to leave and bring it out in the world and start creating it there and there and there. And then it's going to grow. And yeah, let's create heaven on earth. That's what I'm doing for a while. And wow. Yeah. I also in Koh Phangan, I had a magic mushroom trip. And I was visually everywhere listening to music with my sleep mask. And I opened eyes and I was like, wow, the reality I am in as Ferdi. I was in all different realities when I close my eyes, and the one I come back to here as Ferdi, this physical reality, I'm already in the dream. I was looking at Vanya, at Claire, in my beautiful bungalow, and it was so, I'm in the heaven. Wow. Yeah.
I always say, like, in those moments, we have a lot of those moments on the island, and I just turn to my friends and I'm like, we have arrived. Like, we don't need to go anywhere. We just need to film this. Like, is anyone seeing this? And that's what everyone said at the Flow State retreat. Yeah, this feeling of arrival, that's where I belong. This is home. This is home. I don't want to leave. Why do I create all the extra shit? Let's stop the extra shit and let's just vibe and let's move into that reality. Because if we stop creating this extra shit, there is no extra shit, because we create it. We create society. Who is society? Who is our government? It's us. And who can change it? Us. That's why I'm saying I want to make a whole country. That's why it's Panyong Nation. And the point is to create a framework, film it, and then open source it.
Yes.
So then other people can come and learn from us, and then make those wherever they live.
It's so clear. The vision is so clear.
And then we can just go and travel everywhere to all of them.
Yes. and experiencing that journey, you know, it's already so clear that it's going this way. And as physical being, as our physical minds experiencing that with our free will, this way, there is no rush, step by step. And our higher minds are there guiding us, kicking synchronistically all the right people, the right opportunities at the right time. And all we got to do is just act on it. And we do. And that's why we experience it. And wow. And just before you came, my Insta DMs and like 10 or 20 more people who are so excited to come this winter to Koh Phangan. Like, yes.
Amazing.
Yes. Like Julian Ziedlow, my friend who was here before, he's joining as well. He's coming this winter.
Amazing. Yeah, Isa just messaged me, one of our other friends, and she was like, all I think about is how much you're talking about Koh Phangan. I might come. Do you think there's places? And I'm like, there's always a place.
There is an island, and you will find place. And positive energy, there is enough space for everyone. If you vibe, then there cannot be too little space.
Yeah. That's what I realized also about the island, is that because so many people are on the same similar high vibration, it's almost like things happen quicker. Like, we manifest things so quickly. And synchronicity takes care of you faster, because we're all like doing it together. Yes.
And when this construction is done, I probably want to sell this apartment, then it increased in value a lot, and then put this lot of energy exchange in form of money, which I have, and they're putting in paradise where people can just come, be themselves, don't need to worry about money, and can find their passions, be their true natural self, and then share their true gift. Wow.
I know. I love that we were looking the other day at this place that keeps coming to me in my dreams. And like, I'm like, oh, I just want to plant some more trees and a garden. And you're like, we can do that really easily.
Yeah. So, you put it in my mind and I'm like, yeah, let's go. It's so easy. And I bring this German mentality where we're like doers, we don't talk, we actually do. That. And we do it that it makes sense and it's easy and it's long-term sustainable. And we just wake up every morning and experience that. Only that, not when it's the next trip or only that.
Yeah, I don't really actually understand how people go on retreats and then they just go back into the 9 to 5. I'm like, I choose that my reality is paradise every day.
Exactly.
And so many people have asked me, like, are you a trust fund kid, or like, how do you make your money? And I really just always followed whatever was the most interesting thing, fun thing to do, and money just came.
Trusting that your excitement will support you, otherwise it wouldn't excite you. And choosing to live in abundance. If you believe in lack, if you believe you're not good enough, if you believe there's something missing, the universe loves you unconditionally. It doesn't care. Whatever you say goes. What you say goes. You say there's something missing. Here are all the reflections that there is something missing. Here are all the reflections that there's lack. And what is abundance? The ability to do what you need to do when you need to do it. And that often doesn't require the form of money, but other forms of abundance. And then if there's red light synchronicity, like don't go the way where money would be the way, then something to trade is a form of abundance. Imagination is a form of abundance. A gift is a form of abundance. Connection is a form of abundance. Synchronicity is a form of abundance. And then this will allow you to meet those people and be your true natural self. So let all forms of abundance flow in.
Yeah, because I think one thing I read recently was that a lot of people want money so they can do the thing that they want or have the thing that they want. But they ask you to journal and go deeper. Like, what's the essence of what qualities are you trying to grow, or what's the feeling that you actually want? Yeah, and a lot of it is, our basic needs met, safety, and then it's connection, and then it's doing your thing in the world.
Connection and creative expression. Yeah. I want to live my excitements. Yes. Everyone wants the same. We all want to be free. We all want to follow our passions. We want to follow our highest excitement. We want to belong. We want to be free in the head and just play. Everyone wants that. And if you do that, you experience it and it will support you. You get all the reflections. And if you follow the money, you will do the things only for the money, then you get exactly that. And no one is excited just to earn money. And money flows now I earn money with the Flow State Retreat, with the Play Party I hosted. Whatever excites me, I make money with that. Because it just comes as what I put out is what I get back, as a reflection. But I'm not about the money, I'm about the excitement, the passion. And it's already at the point where, wow, I have more money than I would need for the rest of my life. And I all earned it with my passions. I got so excited years ago to invest in crypto and Tesla, and it's so through the moon. And just following my passions. Wow.
My friends and I call it clean cosmic cash.
Yes.
Because it's like when you're doing it with such good clean energy of just pure excitement, everything that comes back feels so good.
And just getting that, it's just a balancing act. So call it what you want. Karma, law of attraction, the secret, what you put out is what you get back. Truly getting that there's only the present moment. It's an eternal now. And where is it balanced? In the here and now, because nothing else exists. So what you put out is what you get back immediately. You look in the mirror, you smile, your reflection smiles back. And everything you do is balanced. And you follow your excitement, you be kind, you be that, and you get that back. Not what you want, but what you need. And what you need is what you want if you get it. Because what you want often just skips the journey. But the journey is everything. If I would just give you what you think you want, and you arrive there and you don't even recognize for what it is, because you want the journey. And we want the challenges. We don't want to just arrive there. It would be like we start Lord of the Rings and it's in the Shire, and then the last scene, and we're like, hey, what was the movie? We want to have the journey. We don't want this vision we have right now in our heads. We don't want to skip it. We want to experience it.
Yeah, that's what I was realizing is what you experience is.
Experience.
That's what we're here as consciousness in these physical forms. We're here to grow and experience things and be like, oh, I liked that, I didn't like that, I'd love more of this, or this is what I actually need,
No rush, next day, step by step, slow, and that's what it's all about. So often when I'm in the spirit realm, everything is there instantaneously. I am my imagination, and there I don't necessarily grow. Why do you think we came here? to grow, to expand, to have this illusion of space-time, to experience all these processes. How else should we appreciate it if it's already there? If everything is out of unconditional love, we don't see it because it's only that. But now we create a total opposite of love. We create fear. We buy into it. We experience that, and then we go back into love, and we can appreciate it and experience it. That's the only way we can experience it. The journey and getting that there is no arrival, never any arrival. The journey is everything. And wow.
Or I would say that you've arrived the whole time. Just enjoy it. Everywhere you are is where you are.
It's the same saying. You know, again, these words, super limiting.
I know.
I know.
No, I get it. But every time we try and explain it, it's hard to put into words.
But that's why we use a lot of words. And then seeing the beauty in words again, that if you're telepathic, there is no humor. I mean, not this puns, because you already know, and now I can say something like, and then I can make a joke. So seeing the beauty in the limitations that we're experiencing here, because that makes this as it is, and this is so beautiful because of the limitations.
Yeah, one thing I want to talk about is when I was on the retreat with you and everyone was slowly getting to know me, I did a connection shadow workshop thing one day, and people were like, oh, this is really, like, one of the girls was like, I didn't really see you, but then when you started talking, I was like, okay, I get who she is and what her highest excitement is. Because for me, it's all about integrating our subconscious with our conscious self, because I feel like the more that we can do that, we can clear the energy flow through our body and just allow ourselves to drop in and actually feel the highest excitement and allow ourselves to trust the universe. And it was just so much fun because I was talking to them about it, and they one by one, like when we went and played spike ball, like I would sit on the side and like one by one they would come and sit by me, and they're like, but how do you actually do it? Because I think it's really amazing that we sit here and we are on the vibration, we are embodying, we are doing the thing that we want. A lot of people are so consumed by the bombardment of all of whatever programming is out there, especially in Germany, of like, go do this thing and, be on time and do all the stuff in the matrix is what I call it. And I just tell them that for me, it was all about realizing that it was okay to trust the universe, that we were safe. It was safe, and that it will always have your back. And I remember you were even saying this to me, because for me, I wasn't a trust fund kid. I grew up in a cult, and like I got married off at 18 as a virgin, and I've had like a lot of trauma in my life, and I'm still at my core, I just don't even think about those things. I just want to be happy. I just want to like enjoy. Because
where do you recreate those things from the so-called past in the here and now, and you can hold on to it? Fedi, wait. Mm-hmm. You don't know. For me, it's really difficult. Let me tell you my entire past. I'm like, stop, snap out of it. Where do you create it? In the here and now. Mm-hmm. You can let go, and then it's gone. It's literally gone. Every moment is ground zero.
But for me, I don't look at it like that. I actually look at it as like honoring it and allowing it to go through. Because I think sometimes when people say like, oh, you have like a trauma or whatever, you should just let it go. And it's like, for me, that's actually disassociation. It's like, that's just didn't happen. That wasn't my past.
And as a learning, as a lesson, as I remember what I learned out of it, and I'm not attached to it anymore. That's what I mean. Yeah, no, I don't want to forget.
I don't know if people know how to do that.
I mean, that's why I do so many podcasts. Okay. If you would listen to my German podcast, they all know what's up.
Okay, good.
They all know what's up. And my podcast ends with a Bashar nugget every time, so they fucking know if they want to know.
That excites me to make a podcast, because that's what I want to help people with.
That's what every episode is about. We go in deeply. Exactly about that.
Just integration and honoring it, letting it go through, not holding on to anything. And then just at the core, we are just little kids on the inside. Yes. I just want to play all the time.
And everything is there so we can learn from it, And there are no mistakes.
I'm so excited.
There's no failure. If you want to call something a failure, it's not following your highest excitement. Mm-hmm. Because that's who you are. And that's the only form of true success for me, is if you do what you love to do.
And just be your most authentic self.
Exactly. and that's why I love Bashar so much, because I listened to Bashar for over 8 years, because I got so tired listening to humans, because it all these limiting, negative, fear-based beliefs pushing. Yeah, let's listen to give me the message unfucking limited from my higher mind, because what Bashar always says, what he does, your higher mind speaks to you directly with the Bashar flavor. It's this message. And whoa, it so resonated with me already 8 years ago, and I so soaked it up and I became it, and once you got it, it's so simple that it's all you. It's fucking you. You create it all. And then And now it's challenging for me how people don't get it. That it's, yeah, Ferdi, you don't yeah, because you say that, you experience that. Because you say, because of them, I can't. Yeah, because you say that. That's why what you believe you're gonna experience. And you believe you can, so you can.
Well, I love that part in the Bashar book where it was saying that there's literally parallel universes happening simultaneously. And we choose by getting excited about that frequency as if it's already happening. And then our consciousness jumps to that parallel earth.
All the time, if you want it or not. This world we're currently in will never be this Koh Phangan paradise we speak about. But now we're even closer because we're already on a different earth, because we shift billions times per second, if we want or not. It's so smoothly, it's blank time. And the world where it's paradise already exists. So many worlds that destroyed themselves already exist. Everything, multiverse, it's all there, all. And we're shifting if we want or not. And we shift in that reality what we believe, not what we want to believe, not what we talk ourselves into, what we believe right now the most strongest. That's the direction we're shifting into. And my beliefs are so aligned. Yeah, I am enough. Nothing is missing. Yeah, I'm following my passions. My passions will support me. I am my true natural self. And all I gotta do is stay on that. And everything will fall into place.
Let go of anything, any expectation.
Any outside things. Nothing in the outside. All I gotta do is stay that. I want to save the world. I save myself. I stay in that, and we shift in that reality. And that's it. And it's so simple.
What I keep telling myself recently is like, how is this happening for me instead of why is this happening to me? So like, how is this happening for me? Like, everything is for us, and getting on that frequency of, even if we say we want something, if we're too attached to the outcome, just keep being excited about the journey, and then it flows to whatever your higher self, higher mind thinks that you knows that you actually need.
It's simple physics. It's so simple. It's what you put out is what you get back. You stay in a positive state, you can only experience a positive outcome, and getting that everything is there for a reason. There are no accidents. No accidents. When I almost died a couple years ago, 6 surgeries, over a year, 10 out of 10 pain. Best thing that ever happened to me, because course correction. My life theme is going this way. Ferdi, get it. Do you get it now? My higher mind was like, oh, you got it. So, you got it. The pain can go away. Because as Bashar said, all pain is resistance to the natural self. It's always course correction. I mean, don't follow your highest excitement. Let's go. Here's the little bread crumble from your higher mind. Don't act on it. Go this, and then what you get? Resistance, pain, Here's the bread crumble. Maybe now. Oh, not again. Okay, another slip up. Pain is my friend. It's like, hey, you're out of alignment. Now you act on that bread crumble from your higher mind. Who's your higher mind? It's you. It's your whole you. It's you guiding you because you chose your life theme. You want to experience that. Why do you think it excites you? Because you chose that. And then you act on it. And then you're in alignment. And then with your free will, you act on it however you want to act on it. And then it gives you more bread crumbles and more and more. And I act on my excitement for such a long time that I can see behind the curtain of my life theme so many times that it's so clear. And it's so nice because my higher mind rubbed so off me that I so know this way. Yeah. No doubters, nothing can stop me because I know myself. They so often paint a picture of me that it's not me. I know who Ferdi is. I know myself. And it's their fears trying to get me down. And no. Yeah. My life theme is being the alien, being the weirdo who is so crazy, who leads the way as a symbol for others. So far in the future, if Ferdi can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, I'm the same. We keep saying that we're like male, female versions of each other.
Yes.
What's your star sign? I want to ask.
Virgo.
Virgo. Okay, nice.
And you?
Scorpio.
Nice.
So we talk about the play party.
Okay. So.
Doing something sexy. Wait, we have to tell them how we met. Come on, that's a really good story.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay, so the way that I know Ferdi is I actually didn't notice him until we were in my community space in the middle of a play party. And I was standing there like with my phone. I do play parties on the island, like 45 people. And I'm like standing looking at my phone or changing the lighting. I was like in full flow, like hosting mode. And I turn and Ferdi's like, can I take my clothes off? And I'm like, yeah, of course. And he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes, yeah, go for it. And then I think an hour later or some time later, I came back and I was like, why do you still have your clothes on? And he's like, I don't know. I just didn't want to be too much. I'm like, take your clothes off. You're fine. And then I saw you like later, just full dancing, like having the best time, totally in your element. It was amazing.
And when I saw you there, you reminded me so of me because you were so many people wanted something from you and you were like hosting that, creating that space. And I was like, that's me in Berlin or at home,
Yeah.
whatever home is, and here I'm more like I'm not in this role, and I was like, yeah, this is so me, and I was so grateful that there are more people doers to act on their passions and create thing, because no one ever asked you to do art, no one ever asked you to record a podcast, to make a play party. That's you. So many people tell you what you have to do, but the things you don't have to do, you have to do nothing. But the things that really matter, you just gotta do them. And I love when I meet doers, who actually do things. And yeah, this was so inspiring for me. As many people talk, and now I hosted one here as well, and now I get the feedback still, and it's how life-changing that was for people.
Yeah.
And what a statement that was, because I did it, and so many people saw it who didn't come and saw it, and it changed their relationships.
It sparks, even if they don't come, it still sparks things.
It's such a statement. It's such a dab on society. And they're like, I eventually want to go to one of these parties. This sounds so nice. Ferdi, I listened to it with my partner. We're in the process of, we wanna come to the next one. Is it okay if I'm just flowing with my partner there and experience? I mean, yeah, totally okay.
Everything, yeah.
Everyone is welcome. It's a place where you can just be.
Yes.
As much as you expect from the other people you see at the beginning, as much they expect from you, nothing.
Yep.
Just a place where we want you to be your true natural self and only do what feels good for you. And if it's just watching, if it's making out like crazy, if it's one guy was sitting there and just writing poetry.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And whatever. He asked me for paper, can I? And then he was just sitting, and whatever excites you, do that. And that's a space where we normalize everything.
Yeah. So I want to tell people about it a little bit. Can I?
Yes.
Okay. So, the way that I started doing this is it was lockdown in Koh Phangan. I had a community space, and a lot of our friends wanted to get together and do something, and people thought I already organized play parties. And I was like, should I? And so I just got some of my friends together. I'm like, do you guys want to do this with me? And one of my girlfriends wanted to bake cakes, and another one wanted to do like meditation tea ceremony. He was super into it. And so we combined all three, and we made this like thing where we're like, okay, it's not like a sex party, so we're not going to do full penetration, but it's a sexy party. And that's kind of what evolved into. So they did a couple with me, and it was really amazing. And then I launched the vanilla ones, and the point is exactly what you're saying. Just come as you are. And watching is also participating. We have so much programming around being shamed about our sexuality, and our sexuality is our creative life force. So if we want to follow our highest excitement and do our creative expression, we have to work through our shit with our sexuality. And it's also really fun and safe. So the way that we're going to do it the same way as in Koh Phangan with no penetration, right?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. So no penile penetration. And it's very funny to say that because like people are like, no penetration, what does that mean? And it's taken I've done 10 of them on Koh Phangan, and it's taken a long time to figure out where the boundary was for me. Because what I realized was, yeah, if people give each other blowjobs or go down on each other, that's okay. Like it still feels like flowy and connecting. But there's something that I think is a lot more opportunity for trauma triggering by going full penile penetration. And what I realized was when you don't do that, it becomes like organic ecstasy in the room. It's like the energy just keeps building. It doesn't get released fully. And so it just keeps going in between all of us. And then like by the end of it, everyone's in a big cuddle puddle. People are talking, connecting, making friends. People I know that I've met there have like dated and like went trekking through Nepal together. It's just like, it becomes our community. It's our core because everyone sees each other in such a raw and vulnerable and like real way. And when you're seen and you see each other like that, it immediately creates like some sort of connection that you would probably take a lot longer to get otherwise.
I mean, I haven't experienced one with penile penetration, so I don't know. And my friend suggested let's do one and see. But it's an intuition feeling. I feel the same. Also, the flow is not quote unquote interrupted, because then if you do it with penile penetration and you do it with condoms, you have like this and then and then there are condoms, and it's like this flow interrupted, because otherwise you can just like, oh, we're 2, and then we're 3 of us, and 4 and 5, and then and often penile penetration is just like the 2 of us, and then it's like so flowy and open. Also this nice, and people told me, hey, but isn't that a limitation? I was like, no, because like we play a game there, and for game you need rules, then it's fun, because if we play spike ball without rules, it's not fun at all. And then here's the framework, and then what can we do with that? And
there's so much to be explored.
And also this little fun frustration I got, because this one girl, it was so hot, and we did basically everything you can, and then I was like hitting the mattress as fun, like I wanna fuck you so badly, but I can't. And it was so nice.
Yeah.
Because okay, here, and then she actually synchronistically came here and helped me and asked if she could sleep here, and then we had sex here, and I was like, that's it. It's in my head. It's even nicer.
It's fun to be seduced and seduce each other.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly.
I think as a society with Tinder and everything, we've gotten to the point of like, when are we getting into bed? And I'm like, but I want you to see my soul. I want to know you as a person. I want to be like committed to just taking care of each other's hearts, even if it's just in the community, and then we still play together.
And this energy built up.
It's amazing.
And then the creativity of what. And then I went to the shower with her, and another girl joined, and then the three of us were in the shower, and it was one of the hottest things I ever did, with these two girls in the shower, and this wouldn't have happened if and then.
So people have asked me, like, from the feminine, like, why do you host these? Because usually it's kind of a guy thing of like, oh, there's I feel like there's a stereotype of like, it's more of a guys want to get it and all this stuff. But for me, I'm like so much Scorpio in my chart. If anyone follows astrology, that's like the sex sign. Like, I have so much creative sexual energy, and it's so beautiful to be able to use that to create a safe space for other people to explore their sexuality. And what I see is everyone being little kids, just like running around, playing, dancing, people are like inviting each other to go down, like lick whipped cream off of each other, and then we're back out, like hanging out in the tea room, pouring tea and talking about our experience.
And this is a place where what you truly believe will be on the surface, and you go in. Wherever you are at, this is a place where it reveals that. And it's so beautiful to see that some of my good friends, they didn't flow with the others. It was so challenging for them just not to leave, just to stay, to watch and be there with their partners. And they want to do the step where they don't feel jealousy, and they feel it at the moment, and they stay in it, and they transform it. That's what they want, and then that's so beautiful. And then the other two, they just connected via voices, and they were there with their AirPods and listening to music together and sharing on this frequency. And we normalize everything. It's not, you have to just be yourself, and this is a place to be. But here you can do it, and also just watch people. And then if you feel, some people watched, and as I said in the intro, if you feel guilty, it's only you, so transform it. And then people, they texted me afterwards, because I wanted to get a lot of feedback from them. I told them, send me a voice message, and so many did, that, wow, I watched and I felt guilty, but you told me, and then I transformed it, and I actually enjoyed it. And then I was like, wow, I didn't know how much I enjoy watching people make out. And then I was like, hey, I can participate. And then I did, and wow, and like immediately, like, this is so beautiful. And then I can join, and I did, and whoa.
Yeah, I always say just keep honoring it. That's another thing. It's like we're programmed to believe that we have to keep it under covers or in secret and everything. But if we let it out in the open and we honor it, it feeds us. It gives us more creative energy, and then we just keep sharing that in our everyday life. Everyone keeps telling me, like, because they allowed themselves to go through this experience, they were more confident outside of the play party, just like going to work or going after what they want, because they faced something that was really hard.
Yes, that's what so many people told me as well. They're like, how can I ever go back to my normal life now? All normal life is boring now. I'm like, stop creating normal life.
Because they're finally dropped into their bodies.
Yes, and then they want to keep it up, and then they do it. Like when I left your play party in Koh Phangan, I was on my scooter, and I felt like the biggest icon living, because fuck yeah, this was so amazing. And I remember after this play party, I went to the gym, and then saw people who looked in my eyes a split second, and I was like, if you knew what deepness you can experience, you never want to go back to. And so it's so nice to
coming here. People are like, oh, so what are you doing in Europe? Like, I was talking to the guy in the taxi yesterday, and I'm like, I organize play parties, and they're like, what's that? And I'm like, it's like sexy parties. And the guy was like, are you serious? I'm like, yes, this is. And then by the end of the conversation, we were talking about manifesting, interdimensional travel, like knowing yourself. And
it opens it all up.
It opens everything because it's so activating. It's so like, I feel like we're like rebels. We're just like, being rebellious about being ourselves.
Exactly. And people often like, oh, what is this? But then we paint the picture, and then their inner child, their inner self screams like, I want that too. I want heart-to-heart connection. I want to be myself. I want to show myself vulnerable. And then people like, oh, wow. Okay, yeah, this is, And that is so nice to talk about it right now, paint the picture more and more, because something like that hardly exists in our society. So how could people have an accurate image in their head if they don't even know that exists and don't know it? So
yeah, because it's so pure. It's so pure. It really, like you were saying about inner child, immediately knows if it's safe and it feels good and you feel connected. And that's one thing I say in the beginning is this is a community co-creation. Like we call it the big experiment, because every time it's different, because whoever comes and how open they are and how much they're willing to show up for each other. So I always tell people, if you're in the tea room and someone's like, we have a tea room where people, it's like a safe space and there's people there that are pouring tea and talking to you. And I say, if you find someone they're sitting next to you, just ask them, so how's it going for you? Like, what's your experience like? And then I usually see people talking for a little while and then starting to make out and then going back in together. So it just keeps flowing.
And I found so many of my good friends, they're all loving it. And then before we came to Austria, we had these flow state play parties every week.
Amazing.
Often in my apartment or in the apartments of my friends. And we were like 20 or 15 to 25 people. And no introduction round needed or anything, because they all know we're just vibing. And wow.
I mean, that is the goal.
Exactly.
Is to have a community. And I actually have this on Koh Phangan where they don't come to my normal play parties because they're like, but Brittnee, this is just whenever we come over. Like, this is not like we don't need a whole party. This is just our life.
And this winter in Koh Phangan, we make it so big, so big.
We're going to.
So many, because the more people, the more on this frequency, you're watching a sunset alone, so nice. You're sharing it, whoa, and you're sharing it with more, whoa.
It's interesting. I love that the play parties is an activator. Because it's such a rebellious thing to embody yourself.
It's one of the deepest ceremonies you can do. That is, people are like, that is one of the deepest things you can do. All the people that sent me the feedback was like, this was my ceremony. It was plant medicine. It was nothing compared to that. That revealed everything where I'm at, and it got it on the surface. I transformed it, and wow. So why do you think we created? Because it matches our circumstances, match your state of being. Circumstances don't matter. Only state of being matters, and everything state of being matters, materializes, and it doesn't get more exciting, but differently exciting. But our state of being the frequency gets higher, so the circumstance gets more conscious, and
I feel like then it goes deeper. We feel more deeply connected to ourselves and each other and the earth. And then it's like we're like more of our higher mind is embodying us. And
exactly. And thus the circumstances get matching our state of being, but it doesn't get more exciting, because if you think back when it was, but then our state of being was quote unquote less. You know what I mean? Without a judgment, it's not better or worse, because the journey is everything again. So okay, next play party. I want to do it on the 17th, but on the 24th. I thought, because it's so little time,
Babe, I fly out on the 23rd. I already have my ticket.
Okay. That's then okay. The only thing,
I already have a bunch of people flying in for it.
Okay, then we need a location. That's the only thing, basically.
We can totally manifest this.
Okay, let's manifest it. Okay. So let's do it on the 17th then.
I mean, are you okay with that? Is that your highest excitement?
Yes, because I don't want to go to Holland. Because if I would go to Holland, it would be like the next day.
You were just telling me you wanted to chill.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't go, know.
Okay.
And then I have time. Then we only need to find a location. And I write now in the group that 17th September is fixed, because already like 20 or 30 people from last time wanted to come again. As you know, they're like, yes, when is the next one? So
we can launch this episode as well. I'll start sharing that across all my people.
Yes.
So
so let's do the 17th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
And then today I called the yoga studio, Yoga on the Move, where I did last time, but it's already booked out at this date.
But we have already manifested where we want to go. Come on.
Okay.
On a lake.
Okay.
A house with some water.
The thing is,
tell me,
if it's too far from Berlin, many people won't go. We did one flow state play party at Claire Place, and it's outside, and then many people didn't come, and most likely because they gotta travel an hour to this place, you know.
Okay.
And if it's somewhere in the city, then
what is the we're gonna full on manifest this right now. What is the feeling that we want in the we want it to be close, so it's easy for people to get to,
close,
so convenient.
We want it to kinda not be so exposed that it's not super bright, because we don't want to start
cozy,
super late. I mean, now it's easy because it gets dark earlier, because last time many people felt really comfortable once it got darker.
I completely agree with that.
Exactly. And the yoga studio was so bright, and the
I first started doing them at 3, and I basically just stopped. And I every time I made it later and later until I realized, oh, it's because when it gets dark, somehow some people just feel more comfortable.
Yes.
That's okay. So it's somewhere where I think it's somewhere we can have it all night.
And it would also be nice if we can sleep there.
Yeah.
Then we don't need to think about.
My favorite thing is everyone having breakfast together in the next morning, just cuddling.
Yes, and sharing. Whoever's left there, and then we can text the other people in the WhatsApp group. If you leave in the evening or whenever, you can come next morning for the sharing round.
Yeah.
And because last time I had in the back of my head, at midnight I'm gonna stop the flow and clean everything up, and this is like a solid workout because I brought 4 of my mattresses.
It's a whole thing.
Exactly. and
I've done that many times.
And cleaning the whole yoga studio because I wanted to be on point.
Babe, I feel bad.
Yeah, and then also this point they were so in a flow, and I was like to Claire, okay, in 5 minutes, and then 5 minutes pass. I'm gotta stopping. I need to stop it now.
Full dad mode.
And then I turned on the light, and we were like, okay, now it's fuck. and then it just organically you go to bed whenever you want.
So how many bedrooms do you think we need? I'm manifesting like some sort of loft, amazing apartment, something. There's so many cool warehouses here. We're in Berlin.
Yeah. But also Airbnbs often don't want that.
I think through our network we're gonna find it.
Yes.
I'm part of something called Berlin Conscious Community. Are you part of it?
No.
It's basically our Koh Phangan community. Do you know that one? There's a Koh Phangan Conscious Community Facebook.
Yeah, I know this.
There's a version of that for Berlin.
Oh, really?
So I already posted in there, hey, I'm doing a party.
Okay.
A couple people reached out to me already.
Okay.
So we can put the word out. Come on, you're the one who's always telling me we create our reality.
Yeah, no, we do it.
Do you feel some resistance right now?
No, I'm just thinking about because today I had another phone call where it's so nice, but it's I think a bit too far, and they don't have heaters, so it's probably if it gets cold.
So
it's
it was
cold.
an option.
There was a house at the lake.
Because we keep saying we want a house on a lake, and the universe is giving us a house on a lake. But now that you've told me this information, I don't live in Berlin, so if people are happier to stay in Berlin, let's manifest something.
Yeah, you know, when it comes to I need to travel like 1 hour and I don't know how to get there, then just 15 less people come.
Okay, let's do it where but I want it to be really nice.
Like yeah. I want it to be nice as well. But, you know, it can be at a lake or with a garden, but just not too far. You know, if it's...
like something that people can take the train or a bicycle to or something.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to figure this out. It's happening. The universe... That's what I'm saying. So somewhere close but nice and cozy. That's
what I thought about the 24th. Then we have, quote unquote, more time. But if you're gone, let's do it on the 17th. And, you know, synchronicity takes care of it.
It's my best friend's birthday in Lisbon. I love you, Rosanna.
And synchronicity takes care of it because the people who will come, that's exact. And if it's 20 people, that's cool. If it's 50 people, that's cool, you know?
I really feel like it's flowing that direction. Like a lot of my friends want to come here for that weekend.
Okay.
From around Europe.
Okay.
And they're all people who've gone to my play parties before.
Okay, and I counted my list earlier for the 17th, and I had like 30 people who wanted to come for sure. And so, yeah.
So I think it's more like my thing with my parties is I actually end up always having too many people. So we need to cap it. Like, what is the cap?
But is there a cap? If you have enough space.
Okay.
I had 42 people. How many do you
usually have between 40 to 50.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on the space. If we have a bigger space, I don't know. I kept mentioning like 60 people here. Like, but in a space kind of like yours, but with more rooms.
Exactly.
Like something that's like cozy and clean and nice.
You know what Harry Potter, this room, what is it called? That just opens up and provides exactly what you need.
Oh, can we manifest that?
Right there, a portal, so everyone can come to my place, and we can use my place, but we have this just like 10 times.
And you even have this bathtub. It's amazing.
I know. Okay. Yeah. We got to make it happen on the 17th.
Yeah. Let's just launch this episode and then we'll talk to my people. And if people want to get involved with the Koh Phangan stuff we're doing, we're actually launching a website which is Phangan Nation. I want you to be part of it, which is basically us like starting to put into steps how people can come and onboard into Koh Phangan and like come join our reality bubble. And we want to make it like open source for the island so people can come and join.
And what can they do? What is it?
I don't know, call to action, right? It's like, I don't know, we're going to start putting events on there. We're going to start putting like, we want to start making packages where people can just land and like have their scooter and their place to stay. And like, because this is what I used to do in all of my travel companies. Just make it super easy to onboard with us. Even though the place that we were talking, if we take over this resort, there's even a vegan place nearby. They can come and like give us lunches everything is built. So
let's paint a picture of that.
So imagine if you show up and you already have your crew there and people tell you exactly where to go, you know how to get to the place, you're staying for at least a month, you're going to drop in with us. Every day there's a community kitchen, you can make your own breakfast, and then at lunchtime we provide lunch for everyone, and it's vegan and abundant and so good. And the place is right on the beach, so you guys can play spike ball. I know you love that as much as you want. My dog loves it. That's also really important. My dog is there, and like everyone has their own rooms. And then as part of the community, my community that I have on the island, there's already like one of my friend's dad who loves teaching people how to ride scooters. So it's like within the community, anything you need, someone else really can help you get a SIM card. It's like we onboard you so that within a day or two, you're completely dropped in. And then within the community, we're always doing things every day. It's like the flow state retreat. That's how I live my life. And then if people want to come drop in, I'm like, how do I make this easier for you to do this?
Yes. Make it so easy for people to do. And hey, you can stay here and just add to the community what excites you. And often if you don't know like your core excitements yet, it's so nice to be with other people and just helping in some way, shape or form, that we always have these slots like, hey, help in the kitchen, help cleaning here, help, and doing it in the community. It's so fun. It's so fun.
I feel like it's so healing. Yeah. It's like that's the way we're made to be. We are these creatures that want connection and to feel like we're part of things. And the stuff we're doing on the island is all about, I say, let's gamify it. Let's like create missions where, we go do a static dance and clean up the beach at the same time. But if you're with your crew, it's like so much fun and we're doing amazing stuff for the earth. Yes. So we're going to make a lot of these fun missions and people can come join.
And many, so many of my friends, they are influencers, they do social media and they all come and I'm like, just share it your way. Just share it authentically your way, and you inspire your community, and then we merge all these communities, and wow, yeah.
I already see it. It's already so. I feel it. I see it. All the things.
Yeah.
It's like coming home.
Yes, and yeah. I tell you that after the podcast because he doesn't want me to talk about it.
Okay. But, more juicy things.
Yes.
We'll reveal later. Basically, come to Koh Phangan.
Come, join us.
Be part of our family.
This December. So easy. Just, you're free. You can just go to the airport, fly to... How do you get to Koh Phangan? Fly to Phuket or Bangkok and then...
Look for flights to Phuket or Bangkok. But your end destination when you're flying is Samui. Kohsamui.
The most beautiful airport I've ever been to, right?
Yes, yeah. So you fly to Koh Samui.
And at the latest, when you're at Koh Samui, you get it. You're like, this feels right.
And you get off there, and there's like people who are like, take a boat to Koh Phangan. It's like $15, €12 or something. And you just say, yes, I want to go to Koh Phangan. They put you in a taxi, take you to the pier. You get on a 30-minute boat ride, and you're on Koh Phangan. But really, just reach out to us. Soon we're going to, next week, we're going to launch the website, the Phangan Nation. And I even have friends, we're thinking, I was so inspired by your T-shirts that you have, just because it's activating, And I was messaging some of my friends. I'm like, if I made T-shirts that said Phangan Nation, like that, they're not, Koh Phangan people, but they don't live there anymore. I'm like, would you wear this wherever you live? And they're like, yes, where do I buy it? I want to represent the island. And I feel like there is something about that. It's something that it means something to be part of our community, to be part of our tribe. And it feels really nice to belong.
That's why I ordered a lot of my merch with this frequency at the beginning of the Flow State Retreat. So everyone wore it, associates with that, and now puts it in the world.
Yeah.
And
we're charging it with these vibrations that are
and spreading the frequencies always, like with the words. And often if you just walk around, it is on your shirts, all these frequencies, like, wow, people see it, people start talking to you, you feel differently. So we're gonna make awesome merch that is really airy, so it's not too hot.
We have to make it
like
Koh Phangan version.
Or crop tops.
Flowy. I love the flowy oversized shirts. That's what I wear on my
island. And then so many people will join whose their highest excitement is creating.
Yeah, come create with us. We need these people, and we would love for it to be you guys.
And there, it's so easy. Like we bring a printing machine. You can so easily print nowadays. We bring all the fabrics, and then we customize it ourselves. And bam, here's
what I'm looking for right now is sustainable clothing. So if anyone out there is listening or watching this and wants to join, I want an easy way to create. Do you have this? Are your clothes like from sustainable sources?
Because more and more.
Because to me, that is like I've done a lot of fashion designing, and this is the biggest opportunity for growth.
Yes. And I have many friends who are excited about that. And then it's so nice to provide them a place where they can be, because so often people want to follow their excitement, but they gotta take care of all this extra shit. And when you take the extra shit for them away easily, they can wake up, everything, all these needs are met, and they wanna fulfill their creative expression, and they do it
because all their survival needs are met, and then they can go to connection, which is connecting to us, and then go to following their highest excitement. So we're basically creating safe spaces for them to do that.
And then
we're basically the mom and dad of the community. Like, we're just like, come on kids, let's do this.
The basic 7 needs, as Pasha always says, like the first one when they are met, like air, water, food, shelter, sleep, and then the last 2's connection and creative expression. And then people, when do I record my podcast? When I'm not hungry, when these things are met, and they're easily met because
when you're already vibing.
And that's what I do all the time, because I outsource all the other stuff because it's so easy, because I don't create that extra shit anymore. And sure, challenges come, but I want challenges like, my insurance here, this and that, but I make it easily and synchronistically because it matches so it's also easy and simple, and I don't create any extra shit.
Flow state.
And so I can create podcasts and all these things all day, and then
Thank you so much for helping me
get
my podcast going, you guys. He's
later
gonna help
this
me
day, I'm gonna order that all, and in a couple days here, you PayPal me the money, and you have all the things, and I show you once how to do it. You just need to press a couple buttons, and then this microphone never let me down. I think I recorded almost 1,000 or more episodes with that all around the world, and this is how I got my vegan savages. All the people you saw at the Flow State retreat, because I speak in this microphone, that's how they came. That's how they found. This is magic. This is magic.
Sharing our vibrations. Oh.
Okay.
Getting a little excited.
Too excited. And how do people get to Koh Phangan? You probably get a 2-month tourist visa. That's the easiest. Then you can stay for 2 months in Thailand to get as a tourist
visa. Whatever you guys have in Europe for your tourist visa is easy.
And then I think an insurance, because the German insurance covers you, I think, for 1 month if you're abroad. But you can. I have ADAC in German, ADAC. I don't know. And there you can get it for however long you want, and it's not expensive. And I think that's it. And then you come there. You get a bungalow, you get a scooter, a little bit of cash for aesthetic dances, and that's it. I
want to organize an exciting dance when we're in Berlin. Charlotta is talking to me about doing one.
Yeah.
Around, like, right after the play party, we're going to do, like, on the 22nd, 20th. I told her I'd love to be part of it.
Yeah, let's go.
You guys were talking about it, right?
Let's go.
Do people know what ecstatic dance is? Is there a lot of them here in Berlin? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I mean, I haven't been here for a couple of years. I feel like Berlin's changed. It's woken up a lot more since last time I was here.
Yes. One DJ, he's synchronistically also coming this winter to Koh Phangan. Naftali is his name. And he does aesthetic dances here in Berlin. I haven't looked in this Telegram group for a while, but I will see if there are events soon, because his aesthetic dances they were the best aesthetic dance in my life, even better than in Koh Phangan.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to listen to this guy.
Yeah.
Do we have a SoundCloud or something? You'll send it to me, yeah?
And come to one of the one.
Oh, is it happening?
Yeah, I mean, he's hosting them frequently in Berlin.
Okay.
I check it out later. He hosts outside aesthetic dances at Tempelhofer Feld. They are super nice, but the nicest one are inside, because then
you contain the energy and it builds.
And then it's the sound system so good outside.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different. Both are so great, but it's differently. But if I would pick one, I would take the inside. Oh, wow. Yeah. And you know, I came with my crew, like 30 of my friends came, and then everyone was like, what's going on here? And then we set the mood, like so dancing together as one, and then everyone joined, and there were like 100 people. And
then you just have a music video, and this is what I'm always like, is anyone recording this? Like, what is our life?
And exploring, you know, I found out, I'm not attracted by genders, I'm attracted by souls, you know, and I have so many man crushes now. And then at this aesthetic dance, how sexy I danced with Paolo. Wow. And everyone was watching like, this is so hot, and this is a place to explore. Let's go.
I love it.
And then he closes so beautifully. He has like these waves where we come down. Like,
so can we organize one with him? Is this a thing we can do?
Yeah. I asked Charlotte. You know, first I'm on this trip where I'm becoming healthy. So that's
take
why
care of yourself.
Exactly. That's why I don't want to do too much.
I only want to do it if it's in flow. Like, that's the thing.
Yes. And that's why, you know, Charlotte saw her excitement, and she's already in contact with him.
Okay, so cool. I'll ping her, because she said she wants to come back for the 17th for the play party, and then we can do it right after.
Yes.
I've been sending out the word to all these people.
Yes.
It's happening.
And that's why it's so nice to have a community, so you don't all need to do it alone. That's why, the next days, I just want to do less and recover. I mean, less for my standards already.
I know what you mean.
Tomorrow is join the meetup tomorrow. The weather, I don't know if it's going to be too nice.
What happens if it's raining?
There is a big bridge, and under there it's dry and nice. So we do it there.
I love it.
But you know, I mean, we don't care. We played so often
amazing.
Ultimate Frisbee or play ball.
So it's tomorrow at 5?
Yes.
You do it every Friday at 5?
When I'm here, I do it often 3 times per week.
Wow.
Because they all crave it.
Yeah.
That's what we all want, and people are just showing up. They're always like 30 to 60, 80 people there. Amazing. Because they all wanna be and that's
like
why
Zen Beach.
And that's why I do, and that's why this winter in Koh Phangan, every evening it's gonna be there, and it's like a non-verbal agreement, like, yes, that's where we meet, and whoever is there. And then when we eventually maybe have this property, we shift it from Zen Beach to whatever.
Had Yao, yeah.
What is it called?
Had Yao.
Had Yao Beach.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know, that's how we have it on the island already. Like, I just go to Zen Beach and know I'm going to run into like 30 people.
Exactly.
I know, at least. Sometimes I don't even go there because I know I'm going to run into all of my crew.
Same. And then it's so nice. Then you can choose, like, hey, today I want to go to a beach just with my dog or just a friend.
I think this is what people need to imagine, is abundance of connection.
Yes.
You are so dropped into community that sometimes you need to go away from your community.
That's what I did there often. But as not like, I'm going away, but as a nice thing. Hey, it's always there. Yeah. It's always there. And then see if the meetup I would host daily, I don't want to do, because some days I don't want to go. I want to be alone. I get downloads from my higher mind. I want to sort it. I want to listen to something. And then, but it's so nice to always have that. But then you can just, whenever you're excited, you can go there. And not, I look forward to Friday and then I get sick or something. I got to wait another week. No, it's always there. It's always there for you.
Have you ever gotten sponsorship for any of your meetups? Because my friends do, what is it called? The sober raves in New York, and they get like Adidas and like all of these major protein brands and to sponsor the event. And then we can get even more cool places. Yeah,
but it's all for free. I mean, the summer, I do it in the park and it costs nothing.
I'm thinking of Static Dance right now.
Yeah.
Because they do these sober raves in the morning and basically sponsor, and they give everyone like protein bars and smoothies and like really fun stuff. I'm going to start.
I mean, Rocker would support it. The supplement company.
Okay.
But so far I did, that's so great, because at the core it's always for free.
I know, I just love giving people extra. I'm such a mom.
I know.
Like, here's some snacks.
Same, yeah. And I mean, that's what I do as well. But that's so great because everyone brings something. And then we do a potluck style. Everyone brings something.
Abundance.
Yeah, exactly. And last year in autumn I rented the yoga place a lot, and then everyone just paid €5, and then the rent was met, and then done. And then I did themes like
so that was your
Halloween.
Event space? That was your event space?
Yeah,
amazing.
For my meetups. And we did
amazing.
themes like Halloween, everyone dressed up, and and then we have the safe container. But it's so nice in the summer in the park outside because we're spreading the frequency, and so many people are now part of the community because they walked by, because synchronistically they saw it, they were like, wow, they asked what is it, they came the next time, and now they come for many times, and they're so part of it, and they just walk by, and it's so nice just to show everyone this frequency, how we dance there and play there. And I mean, now it seems like summer's over.
No, don't say that.
I mean, no, I'm excited because summer's never over. It's like this nice phase where, I like that it's fresh.
Yeah.
Because, soon I'm going to go to Koh Phangan.
That's true. I also love the contrast. I love wearing full clothes. I would love to bicycle around. That's what I really am craving.
Yeah.
I kept saying all summer, I had so many amazing things happening on the island. I kept postponing my trip, and I'm like, I want a bicycle in Berlin.
How about cycling in Koh Phangan? That's what I thought about. Is it not so? It's probably
it's fine within Street to New, but I'm actually talking to some friends who want to bring electric bikes. Yeah. And they build them in Chiang Mai. Were we talking about this too? I can't remember. No. But we can go up and down the hills with them. You just plug them in. Because within one area of the main area that we all live, it's flat. But then anytime you want to go around that, there's some hills, and I think it'd be amazing to have electric bikes. Eventually,
in Koh Phangan, all scooters are electric, and all bicycles are bicycles or electric bicycles, and then it's so silent.
Smart city, this is what we're building. A prototype for the whole world.
Let's start it.
Of how we can really live.
Everyone who joins our family...
We're already starting it.
Okay,
Come join us.
Okay, let's, we just bring like 200 electric scooters there. At our community place, we have this charging station where you can pop in and out these batteries, and then everyone who comes, who would be more excited to get one of those, and then people synchronistically will come. Their excitement is providing that, the logistics of that, and then people see like, hey, where do you get these electric scooters? And then we rent them even to more, and
we're doing this. It's happening. My friend is half Thai, half American. He grew up in San Francisco in like huge startups, and he's making electric bikes in Chiang Mai. And he keeps asking me, okay, Brittnee, are you ready for me to bring them to Koh Phangan? And I think we're ready now.
Yes.
Let's do it.
What would you prefer though, electric bicycle or electric scooter?
Electric scooter for sure.
Yeah,
because you can get up the hills better, and it's so fun.
And you're not sweating all the time, and you can put watermelons in your scooter bag.
I want both. I want to have access to both in the community, and we just grab whichever one we want to feel that day.
Like a garage full of toys.
My friends who have toys. My friends who have the Wonderland, that's like a healing yoga center. They have a community car, and they have community bicycle. Like within their people that live there, the owners, they share it. I'm like, we can do this. Okay,
I want to have the first Tesla on Koh Phangan, an electric scooter, an electric bicycle, a UFO.
A UFO.
Yes, okay, where I can quickly pick up all my friends around the world. I'm so excited to customize my first UFO. Pink.
Well, you already have your glow-in-the-dark spike ball, so I think you're on track.
Whoa, yeah, I'm so excited to test it tomorrow.
At first I thought this was a spike ball thing here, but it's a...
No, this is a trampoline.
Which is just as great.
Unsure what is my highest excitement, I jump on it, and then I figure it's just so nice to jump to.
Yeah, get out.
So often when I want to think about something, I just jump. Or just jump. Or when I listen to a friend,
basically
I'm just
all the time, just jump.
I jump there at least 20-30 times per day on it, and
amazing.
This apartment, so many things I'm so excited to truly bring a lot of things in Koh Phangan. We have a place where I can leave it,
Then it's home base.
Yes, another base. Having more and more bases. And I'm also talking about my mom, how I'm gonna transform probably maybe our house in Austria to like really nice. So
many fun things.
All right.
Yeah, come to our play party, everyone. It's great. It's safe and fun.
And stay tuned for Brittnee's podcast.
Yes.
You already have a name for it?
I think I don't know. I think maybe just my name. I mean, I have. So my community space on the island is under Remote Collective, which is just I have had so many projects and so many names of different things over the years. So I just made something super general, like, and to the point where I don't even resonate with anymore.
Okay.
And so that's Remote Collective, but that's what everyone knows me of. I have a YouTube that has 2,000 subscribers, Instagram, Facebook, all these things. And I just kind of stopped posting a year ago because it didn't feel like my highest excitement. But now Phangan Nation, it feels like a lot of things coming together. But most people just know me as Brittnee Bond.
Then Brittnee Bond, that's your podcast. That's
just
you.
It's
just
me.
you know?
Yeah.
And you're just sharing from the heart whatever excites you, and you get that frequency of Brittnee Bond. You have such a cool name. Use it.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm grateful.
Yeah, I'm excited to be your guest.
Thank you so much for everything, for helping me with the podcast.
Hey, it arrives soon. I'm going to order it today. And then we can record next week an episode for you together. I can be your first guest.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh,
and then I can make
sure
sure that everything is running smoothly, you know, and I can teach you.
Teach me things.
And then we make a quote unquote test episode, but it's already a real episode because it's real life.
No.
And eternal now. Wow. Boy. You know, when I think about Koh Phangan, my friends, often we have words, but for that we look at each other like, what is this gonna be like?
Oh, it's gonna be juicy.
And all the people synchronistically find me, wake up, and they come with us. All of my friends. There's no one who's not coming who I dearly love. I mean, no fronts to anyone else, but yeah. Join us.
Leave no one behind. Everyone has the opportunity to belong if they want to.
And it's so funny how quickly it changes. So often I'm talking to people, Koh Phangan this winter, no, and then like at the Flow State retreat, so many of the participants at the last days, they were like, okay, how do we get to Koh Phangan? Okay, yeah, for sure we want to come.
Amazing.
For sure. Wow.
Yeah. It's happening.
Okay, so if you're excited, join us. If not, then don't. Follow your highest excitement. Be your true natural self. If you want, or whatever else, freedom is your birthright. Stay tuned for Brittnee's podcast. I'm going to link her Instagram and Facebook down below. And there you're going to keep them posted about your podcast.
Yeah, I'm committed to this. It's something that's coming for years. And you are the manifestation.
I'm your permission slip. And you are acting on it.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else you want to share?
No, just that you're amazing.
Thank you. If you want to order at Rocker, we deliver to Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. You can save 10% using the code Ferdi, just Ferdi, my inner child, and you save 10% and support your boy. And now at the end of every podcast, I roll a Bashar Nugget. I do cutouts of the best, juiciest part, so enjoy. And if you want to listen to more Bashar, write me a DM on Instagram and I send you more. My Google Drive folder, and on Spotify, you can listen Higher Mind. Just type in Higher Mind, and there are many Bashar Nuggets and events from him, the best ones. So it's all there. It's all for free. And what you put out is what you get back. If you write me an Insta DM, you want more, you get more, because it's a universal law. What you put out is what you get back. Physical action. Act on your excitement. Or not, whatever you want. Freedom is your birthright, but you're going to do it eventually, because if you don't act on your excitement, resistance, pain. You're guiding yourself this way, honey. Why don't you see the signs and get it now? Or now.
Yes.
Thanks for listening. Until next time. Peace out.
Hi, Bashar.
I know you. Good day.
Thank you for flying into the hurricane.
Well, I'm not actually physically near your hurricane, but we understand the sentiment.
I'm sure a lot of people here want to know, can we get rid of the hurricane?
Get rid of?
Yeah, can we make it go away?
No. But you can shift to a reality where it doesn't exist.
Oh. Okay.
Remember, all change is simply a shift to a parallel reality with different conditions. You don't ever actually change any one reality. You simply shift out of it.
So that means we can avoid danger if we think about not getting
But if you think of it in terms of shifting to avoid danger, you're actually locking yourself into it because you're approaching it from a negative vibration of fear, as opposed to simply shifting into a reality that is representative of what you prefer in positive terminology.
Okay.
Nevertheless, at the same time, whatever does happen, respond to it in a positive way. Because it's not about whether the outside changes, it's about whether you change in relation to it. That's what tells you you've actually changed. Not that the outside has changed, because very often the outside will not change because all things on the outside are just illusions and can serve double duty. And if you respond to it in a different way, other than the way in which you used to, that you say you don't prefer, then you've proven to the universe that you've actually changed, and then you give the universe the best opportunity to reflect the change in an outward illusionary way. But it isn't about whether or not the outside changes. It's about whether or not you respond differently, even if it stays the same, that proves you've changed. Make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Again, remember, physical reality is just a mirror. And if you see the reflection in the mirror frowning, you don't go over to the mirror and try to change the expression on the reflection's face. That will never work. When you change the expression on your face, then the mirror's reflection has no choice but to smile back at you.
Nice.
But if you make it a condition that the reflection has to change first in order to prove that you're happy, then the mirror reflection will continue to frown because it can't change before you do. Make sense?
Yes.
Does that help you?
Yes.
So again, remember what we said about allowing whatever is happening to be what needs to happen, because the paradox is when you allow what is happening to be what needs to happen and have a different attitude and energy toward it, you give it the best opportunity to let you shift to a reality where another reflection can be given to you. Not that it has to. You just give it the best opportunity. You give yourself the best opportunity to shift when it doesn't matter whether or not you do. That's the paradox. Because you know that no matter what happens, it's only going to have a positive effect in your life. Why? Because you say so. Is there anything that would contradict you? No, only you. Make sense?
Yeah.
You see, many of you think that somehow there's some force that can countermand you, but there isn't. There actually is, in that context, in the way that it's been said on your planet, in the way it's been phrased, there actually is no will of God. There's no such thing. God's will is your will, because you are God. You are all aspects of creation. And thus then, whatever you decide is true for you is the will of God for you. Because the whole idea is that you were created to be a unique facet, a unique aspect of creation. And if you don't act like the you were created to be, then in that sense, you're not being true to yourself. You're not actually being true to the aspect. Now, yes, you have the ability to explore the experience of not being you, but you can't actually not be you. You're always you. So the idea in all the things we're talking about has nothing ever to do with the idea that you're not actually yourself. It all has to do with the idea that you've created an experience as if you're not yourself. All it takes is the realization that that's impossible. And then you will simply be yourself if you choose to be. So it doesn't matter what happens, because you can always know that you can be yourself relative to that thing, and thus as yourself, that thing must be in your life for a reason, a positive reason, because you say so, because that's who you are, because that's who you prefer to be, and therefore you will have a relationship with it that will give you the same effect as the meaning you put into it. Because there is no meaning to life automatically. Life is meaningless. That's a good thing. Because you are designed to give life meaning. That's your power as a creator. You give life meaning. So life has no meaning other than the meaning you give it. And the meaning you give it determines the effect you get, no matter what it looks like. Make sense?
Yes.
Does that help you?
Yes.
Why, thank you.
I have a couple other questions.
Well, we'll see.
What was it? Oh, one of the ones you mentioned the story writing, and Joseph Campbell's The Hero's Journey came to mind. Is that a good story to follow? I mean, to write your own story?
Do you think there was a reason why you thought of that as opposed to anything else?
No, because I'm a fan of Joseph Campbell's, and you used.
Well, there you go. Whatever you are attracted to is what works for you. Whatever you're not attracted to doesn't work for you. Use what you are attracted to. If you change your mind about what attracts you tomorrow, use that. But the point is whatever you're attracted to because that's what's working for your vibration right now. So yes, you don't have to ask, will this work? you can decide this will work or it won't. Because remember, all tools, all techniques, all rituals, all objects is just a permission slip. That's all it is. It's something that allows you to align that idea, that trigger, that tool with your belief system to allow yourself to give yourself permission to be more of who you are. Those things aren't doing anything anyway. You're doing it, but you're attracting yourself to a permission slip that for some reason, based on how you've arranged your beliefs, somehow by incorporating that ritual, you have a belief that it will help you. And thus, that's what actually helps you, is that you are willing to give yourself permission to be more of who you are because your beliefs say that that's what will happen if you use that technique. But it's just a permission slip. So it's up to you to decide when you do and don't need those permission slips. And if you understand that everything is a permission slip, then anything can be a permission slip. And you can recognize that whatever you are excited to use, whatever you're attracted to use, will be the permission slip du jour. And if it changes tomorrow, as most menus often do, then that's what will work for you that day. But that's all it is. It's your permission slip of the moment. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does that help you?
Yes.
And?
It was interesting to hear your topic tonight because I have been contemplating having a new career.
Ooh, contemplating.
For a long time, actually.
For a long time. Contemplating.
And one of the questions I keep asking myself is, in order to be on this new career, should I tell a story about myself?
Yes.
And you kind of answered my question because
Thank
I was going.
Actually, you answered it by attracting yourself here today.
Yes. And
synchronistically to hear what you needed to hear. So you answered it.
Yes.
You understand that?
Yes. And it's
you
amazing.
really did. You answered it. Because what are you hearing right now? All you're hearing, all of you, is your own higher mind disguised as us. Tricky, aren't we?
Yes, you're very tricky.
And so are you. We are also a permission slip. Even though we are a real being unto ourselves, we are just a permission slip for you in the sense that what you're actually talking with is your own higher mind, but you're allowing your higher mind to be disguised as us to give yourself permission to listen. Because for some reason you think you'll listen to us more than you'll listen to yourself. But you're only listening to yourself. You understand?
Yeah.
Does that help you?
Yeah, it does. And
your career, your excitement would be what?
I would like to help people create change in their life based on my own
In
story.
what way? Specifically, what actions represent the idea of that particular creative expression that excite you the most?
Well, I just realized that people have a lot of behaviors that they would like to change, and I have, over the years, accumulated different methods to do that.
So you will use your imagination to apply all of this and bring it together in some sort of permission slip that might be of assistance to those that attract themselves to it?
Yes, and I was, one of the questions is, should I use a personal story? And obviously the answer is yes.
If that excites you the most?
Well, I think they will relate to
if that excites you the most.
Yes, it excites me the most.
Whatever excites you the most will attract those who can relate to it. You understand how that works?
Yes, and it makes a lot of sense.
Yes. There are no two in that sense. You understand, we have said many, many times the idea of coinage on your planet. You have a coin, it has two sides. Yes?
Yes.
Heads and tails. There's no one-sided coin. You ever had a coin with a head flipped it over, nothing there?
No.
It disappears? No, except in a magic act. But the idea is that all coins have two sides. If you have something to give, there is an audience to receive it, or you would not be excited about giving that thing. Because the universe, creation, doesn't do pointless things. And if you exist in a reality where you have something to give, the thing that excites you the most, then there is someone who wants to receive it from you just that way and no other. So it's not about the idea of having to sit there and wonder whether it's going to be relevant. If it really is exciting to you and it's within the context of your reality to any degree whatsoever, you're going to find someone who will relate to it and be attracted to your particular expression of it. Do you understand?
Yes.
Does that help you? Does that help relax the idea of constricting it so much?
It does, but it doesn't help me to relax. I get nervous even when I contemplate doing it.
But isn't that exciting?
Yeah, actually it is. I don't know if it's nerves or excitement.
Well, it can be sometimes nerves, and it can be sometimes excitement. But what is nervousness? What is excitement?
Just going into the unknown is even excitement, but I'm not afraid. I'm not going to die from doing it, even if I did it bad.
How do you know? Maybe you will. Won't that be exciting too?
To the audience, sure.
All right. The point just is this. You are all just one energy. Whatever energy you are, that's you. Whatever that signature vibration is, that's you. You. Unique, unique, you. Unique. So the idea is it's felt as excitement when you filter your energy through belief systems that are in alignment with your true self. You feel it as anxiety and nervousness when you flow the same energy through negative belief systems that are out of alignment. The nervousness tells you have beliefs that are out of alignment. And as soon as you realign them, as soon as you transform them, then the nervousness and the anxiety transforms back into excitement because it's the same energy. And that gives you the opportunity to find out what those beliefs are. So the fact that you experience the nervousness is exciting because the nervousness is letting you know you have unconscious beliefs that you don't prefer. And that's exciting to discover that because now you have something to work with. Now you have something that you can use in your story in a conscious way. Yes?
Yeah, I guess.
So being nervous is exciting because it allows you to discover what you didn't know about yourself that will add to more and more of your excitement. Yes?
And part of my story?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's exciting when you look at it that way. Yes?
Yes.
So look at it that way. It's up to you. Completely, utterly up to you. Isn't it?
I guess in the end, there's only me.
That's it. Only you. Because even though there are others, the only way you interact with anyone is by creating your version of them out of your energy in your reality. Still you're interacting with, even though you're also interacting with others. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So tell whatever story you want, populate it with whatever characters you prefer. It's your story. Yes?
Yeah, yes, thank you for the permission slip.
Thank you. You're welcome. Good day.
And can I ask you a couple little things?
I don't know. That was a question.
Oh, okay.
Was that one of the little things?
No. I have a daughter who I always, and this is more of like an intuition question that maybe will help anybody, is I always feel that she's a very evolved individual, more so than myself, if that's possible.
What an unusual thing for a parent to think about their child.
No, I mean, she's...
Many of the children that have been being born on your planet in recent times, within the last few decades, are not just a new generation, they are a new species.
Really?
Yes.
Like when the last couple of generations?
Yes.
Wait, how long is a generation? Like...
About 20 years.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So you will find that they are coming in, many of them, not forgetting as much of who they are. That's what you're picking up on.
Yes, that's it. You said it beautifully because I see the connection there. I sense the connection that they know who they are.
And thus they become the teachers of the parents.
Wow, that makes sense.
Thank you.
And then
That will do.
that's my last question.
That's it. Because you can answer the rest yourself. For now.
How about just one? Can I ask?
For now.
Thank you, Prachar.
Thank you.